guys, this is our second week of trying out our new rooftop tent, and we set up a little bit later today, so if you can see, it's already pitch black outside. It's only 7 o'clock, but it's pitch black. So today we're going to test out a couple of blankets. Last week we were sleeping, it dropped to about 32 degrees and we were comfortable, but the electric blanket that we had was about like 5 years old and barely produced any heat. So tonight it's supposed to drop to about 29 degrees, so we needed to try out something a little bit heftier. So we're going to be testing out this new electric blanket, see if this works a lot better than my old one. Also, instead of the fleece blanket that last time we used, we're going to be trying out a down blanket. So we have two different brands here. This is a one-person one, so we have two of them. They're like 25 bucks each, so $50 worth for two blankets. Or the more popular brand, the Rumpel. The Rumpel brand, this is a two-person down blanket, and you can see it's a lot bigger. So we're going to be testing quite a few things out today, and I'll let you know tomorrow how it turns out. Bye! A direct comparison between the two down blankets that we purchased. So the first one we're going to check out is the Rumpel. This is the two-person blanket for $200. Okay, and then the next down blanket that we got is the Cascade Mountain Tech. This is a one-person blanket for $50. So there is quite a bit of a price difference. So the first thing is the Rumpel. It measures 80 by 84 inches. So in this tent, for reference, this tent is by 85 by 50 inches. So we have all the space in the world to actually tuck this on our sides and on the bottom of our feet to really keep us nice and warm. And the nice thing about a two-person blanket is that it keeps us really well insulated. The Rumpel also seems to have more down, more fill in it, and it's a lot softer and cushier. So this is a very, very comfortable blanket. I can understand why the price is the way it is. So the next one is the Cascade down blanket. For if you're one person sleeping in a tent, I'd say, 50 bucks always trumps 200, but in my opinion, it is not as soft and it does not have as much fill. So I did wrap myself around this blanket and I did not get as warm. So if you're planning on going in fall or winter, you might want to trust the one with more fill to keep you warm. So in the end, we did decide on the Rumpel two-person blanket, even though it was more expensive just because of the quality of it, the stitching, everything. The Cascade, again, is not a bad blanket. It does have good stitching, good quality. It's just not as warm. Okay? So tonight we're testing this ceramic heater called My Heat to warm up this rooftop tent when it gets to be below freezing tonight, which it's forecasted to be, and it is powered by the Jackery. It's actually a nice warm thing. I'm like right in front of it and it's pretty warm. So we'll see how it warms up the tent when it's all closed, and of course we'll turn it off when we're getting ready to sleep. Hello!
Hello!
So what are your thoughts on this new My Heater that we got warming us up here?
Works really well.
Yeah, it's nice and cozy.
Oh yeah. Heats it up real fast.
Yeah, and all we're gonna do is heat up the rooftop tent. When it's warm enough, we're gonna turn it off, and then we're gonna snuggle up in our down blanket.
Yeah.
And that should work.
It's very warm in here right now already. It's only been on for a minute or two.
Yeah, it has been. So it does, the only downside of this is it does draw quite a bit of energy from the Jackery. We started about 95% on the Jackery, and we're now down to 87%.
Yeah, it sucks it up pretty good.
But, you know, for just a short term to warm up the tent, it's not bad.
Yeah. And the tent will hold the heat pretty well.
Yep. Well, everything's zipped up right now.
Yep.
Alrighty, good night.
Night.
So now that we've finished testing the ceramic heater, we're testing out this electric blanket, the new electric blanket. And it has different modes, and it's plugged in again to the Jackery over there. It only draws about 5 watts, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, that should last a real long time.
Yeah, it should last us. The nice thing about this is it has different modes in here. So we have it set for just heating at 2. It goes all the way up to 11, and then for 6 hours of heat.
So it's a Homatic electric heater? Electric blanket?
Yeah. All right. And we will report tomorrow morning on how this one works. So the room is nice and cozy after we heated it up with that ceramic heater. And here we are, getting ready to go take a nap. Go to bed. Good morning, everybody. So we slept through the night and tested out this electric blanket, which I totally love with its color. It's my favorite color, but nonetheless, I wanted to just say that it worked really well. We initially had it set up last night to go for 6 hours, but we had to turn it off at 3 hours because it got too hot. We didn't even need to put the down blanket on top of us because it was so warm. Even with it turned off, because of how thick the material is, we were nice and cozy the rest of the night. And as for the draw of its power on the Jackery, it only took about 10 watts for the 3 hours. So that is really not bad at all. And we were just at level 2 on that heat. Again, this electric blanket goes up to level 11 on the heat. So I think for winter sleeping, if it's like snowing or sub-zero or whatever outside, not sub-zero, but below freezing at least, I think just the combination of a sheet, this electric blanket, and maybe the down blanket on top of it would work very well. As I said last night, we didn't even need to put on the down blanket at all, even after we turned the heat off, because there was a lot of heat inside the rooftop tent anyway. So that's my review for this electric blanket.